Three women: Umilaya Ransom Kuti, Queen Amina of Zaria, Flora Nwakba, Margaret Ekpo. If they succumbed to gender stereotype, today we won't speak of them with glowing tributes. They were bold, daring and different, and were willing to achieve much more than their education had given them. Nigerian women more than ever are pushing boundaries and occupying on the great global stage. And today they represent the truth that the education of a girl child ripples to communities. I am Omosola Omojola. Thanks for tuning in to Dateline 360. The voices of women in the last week have been loud about breaking gender biases. On this edition, we consider the bias against girl child education. Let's start with a piece by Agatha Eware Ojo as she presents the girl child from cultural nurturing.
The girl child is a female offspring from birth to 18 years. Under the care of adults and with the cultural norm, she develops her personality and character, which experts believe bend her to gender roles.
A girl child is a mother of humanity. She cares, she protects, she provides, she's always there.
Social perceptions and the traditional thinking that a girl's place is in her husband's kitchen and catering for her family exposes her to more household tasks.
My parents treat us equally, but as regards house chores, it's quite different. I do most of the work, and sometimes when the sitting room is dirty, the first person he calls is Dominion. Come and sweep this. You are a girl. This is what you're supposed to do.
Cooking, cleaning, it's really on us. They have to tell you that this is how you do in your husband's house whenever you make a mistake, so it's kind of choking.
In a house, they don't really differentiate between me and my sister. So they doing chores. In chores, they divide it equally between me and her.
My younger sister, like the last girl, she's senior to my brother with like 10 years. So that's to tell you that my parents wanted a male child, because I feel like if they were okay with those three girls that they had, maybe my brother wouldn't have been in the picture.
But times are fast changing.
In today's world, everybody's hand is on the deck. So when you give your girl child sound education, be sure of getting a good society.
Am I not a PhD holder today? And I can rub shoulder with other my male counterpart wherever they are.
Every mother and every father knows that this child is an investment to the society.
I have sisters, they do better, they do well, better than I do.
Education, observers believe, remains the greatest tool to change the psychic of the society, to see that girls don't silently suffer unfair practices which bend them to gender roles. For Dateline 360, Agatha Eware Ojo.
Now, the importance of education in all spheres of life, no doubt, is unquantifiable. Hence, the need to provide it to everyone, regardless of gender. Miriam Bala reports on a mother of 7 who had no opportunity of going to school.
Educating children in most homes in Bauchi is a thing that is decided by fathers. Being heads of households, their decisions to send male children to schools supersede sending females, though there are families that believe in sending all children, irrespective of gender. While education is one of a child's rights, Balkisu Bashir, a 35-year-old business-oriented woman, was not given the opportunity to get Western education.
Gaskiya ba mai karatun boko ba, sai dai karatu na Arabi. Arabi kan mun yi shi iya.
My father has 37 children, and none of us was given Western education.
Da na buƙaci rike waya.
When I wanted to buy a phone, I was told that if I put animation, people will know that I am an illiterate. That was why I picked a boy and was teaching me how to read and write, and I was giving him 5 or 10 naira daily. Married at the age of 17, Balkisu, the mother of 7, comprising 5 girls and 2 boys, regrets her inability to acquire Western education, but still insists that educating her daughters is of less importance.
Yana da kyau kan kowanne, tunda kowanne ka san shi da kai amfani da shi kuma ka biyar da rayuwarka da shi. So yana da kyau.
Education is very important, be it Western or religious education. Because for everyday survival, you need education so as to carry out your activities. I want to go to school.
There's a general belief that when a girl is educated, she will not make a good wife. She might not be a good mother. The misconception, some of them are religious. That is why we have been working with religious leaders, traditional leaders, to be able to at least make them see that we are educated and we are wives, we are good mothers, you understand? So education rather makes the girls better.
With the saying, when you educate a girl, you educate a nation, girl-child education remains paramount in both home and nation building, considering significant roles played by various women in different facets across the globe. Mariam Bala, reporting for Deadline 360.
The unequal distribution of wealth, power, and privileges between men and women, a phenomenon sociologists call gender stratification, has negatively affected female folk in different ways. Jessica Moses in this report samples the effects of such biases on women in the area of education.
My language name, Bamahwan. The reason why, the meaning of that Bamahwan is that my dad is always born only women. So when they now ask my daddy, your wife deliver or waiting to deliver, my daddy say, why they ask him again? She be now only wife, a woman, a wife they deliver. So that is the reason why they use that name me. We are 6 girls, 2 boys. It's the only one woman that finished his teaching now. One that followed the boys that go to school. The remaining of us, we did not go.
For many women like Mrs. Teresa Utabu, whose opportunities to get educated have been sacrificed on the altar of gender stratification, memories of such biases bring no happiness.
Later pay me. If I have the opportunity, even though now I will go.
In those days, that thing affected my sister truly, because we could have gone more than this. So that time, according to my parents, he sent my sister to secondary school. So along the line, my sister got pregnancy. So because of that, he was very annoyed. So we, the remaining one, though my father married 2 wives, 7 girls, 7 boys. So my sister is the first daughter of my father. So because of that, he couldn't train the remaining girls.
Many of them described girl-child education bias as wickedness that has affected their choices and opportunities in life. They expressed determination never to toll such bias cause of the past.
I myself, I have a girl child, is just a baby, never reached 3 months. Even boys, girls, so as my power, if my power reach, all of them, they will go to school. They cannot be like me. Anyhow, if not to hug pure water, anything I want to do, I will make sure. Say they will not carry my leg. We must go.
I will force her. She must go. She must do what I didn't do. She must achieve it, sha.
As I no go, I no like it. So I want my people, all the children that I born, I want them to go school so that I will be happy.
That the contemporary parents are ready to correct the mistakes of the past in the area of girl-child education bias is evident in the fact that many of them are now being educated. For Deadline 360, Jessica Moses.
You may opine that their educational deprivation is not the end of the world. How about we compare what is to what could have been? Najatu Tijani brings us images of educated women in Nigerian military and how they stand tall alongside the male folk.
All hands on deck, not just any hands, but strong, well-trained and able to carry out duties to the highest standards, just like anyone else. This all-female crew aboard a Nigerian Navy vessel is breaking stereotypes about the place of women in different professions.
As long as we are able to study, to work hard, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve within your profession.
While these women on water carry out their maritime duties, they can hope to expand their horizon just like Rear Admiral Itunu Hotunu, one of the first female officers and amongst the first architects in the Nigerian Navy who served as a staff college instructor. In December 2012, she became the first female admiral in Africa. Now the retired grandmother likes to spend her time with her grandchildren. Commodore Jamila Malafa is a one-star general, an international maritime lawyer who heads the legal services in the Nigerian Navy. She's also a wife and a mother. Their counterparts in the Nigerian Air Force are also breaking boundaries.
With God and determination, I have been able to come this far.
The Nigerian Air Force gave me the opportunity to contribute to professional military education of officers, which earned me the double dagger feat.
The new heights these women have reached would have been unimaginable 50 years ago. But today, the Nigerian military recognizes the multifunctional roles women play and takes advantage of their resilience as assets. Women are breaking boundaries in all spheres of life, and the Nigerian military provides such a platform for women to shine, whether as instructors, scientists, or even commanders. And by doing this, the Nigerian military is encouraging the world to take action and break the bias against women. Naja'atu Tijani.
As the world celebrates women this month, the path to social liberation for the women folk seem to be getting more interesting and inspirational, especially by women who strive from bottom to top of the ladder. In this report, Ngozi Technical takes a long walk into women's world.
It's Saratu Karashi, a peasant farmer who is turning her perceived weakness into strength and breaking barriers in her own enterprise. Without a background of formal education, she toils hard on the soil to raise 5 graduates and breaks records that even the strongest cells would have compromised. Just like Saratu, many Nigerian women aspire for greatness and triumph far more than the male folk could ever imagine on the global stage.
I wish I go to school. I could have learned to be an actress, but because there's no school by then, I suffer a lot. To be going farm to cut firewood, to sell, to carry my children to the school so that for the better of their lives.
My dream is to become the best producer of baby products in Nigeria.
A lot of aspirations I have. But one of them is becoming a lawmaker in Nigeria so that we can be able to change certain rules and laws that are limiting women.
Call it a sheer luck or a divine providence. Women had also broken the roof of many boardrooms in the formal sector, rising from grass to grace with distinctive stamps on the marble.
Able to contribute our own quota to the development of the nation by way of making sure you develop yourself as professionals, in one field or the other. The need that you owe, the duty you owe your children.
We're particularly interested in the recognition of the roles that women play in the informal sector.
With the likes of Saratu out there, the question is, would Nigerian women be given broader forums and opportunities to harness their full potentials, even in the decision circle? The question begs for answer. Ngozi Silva Technical.
Chidi Okafor in our next package has more on educated Nigerian women who impacted and are still impacting the world positively.
Education of the girl child has contributed immensely to the socio-economic growth and development of the society.
The woman is the bedrock to any development, to anything, building of nation, building of family.
It is a fact that girl child education reduces inequality, poverty, and raises productivity, thereby promoting economic competitiveness, resulting in the growth and development of the country. Nigerian women from different walks of life have excelled in different fields of endeavor and fought tirelessly to further women's advancement in education and political representation. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, among other contributions, advocated for Nigerian women's right to vote, became a notable member of international peace and women's rights movements. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, on the other hand, spearheaded several World Bank initiatives to assist low-income countries during the 2008-2009 food crisis and later during the financial crisis. Through education, Nigeria's Flora Nwapa became the first African female writer.
We should keep supporting girl child education, women in leadership, and equal pay, and above all, support their voices and eliminate all forms of violence against them. I believe that today we can make it. Women must continue to fight for their rights.
For Deadline 360, Chidi Okrafo.
Now, many girls in Nigeria have zeal and a desire to be educated. While the means to get started is a challenge of a number of them, for many more, the opportunity is scarce. Momsodemi and Dati brings us the reality of the girl child where hope is too far to reach.
She is an intelligent teenager, judging from our interactions.
My name is Marian San. No.
Her comprehension of English language, the benefit of her stint with primary school. She says she dropped out after her mother became blind.
Maths, English, social study, and basic science.
But would you want to go to school?
Yes.
And like her mother's side, her dream of becoming a medical doctor became blurry.
Doctor? She wants to be a medical doctor, which I also love.
Mariam has to deal with role reversal between her and her mother.
Sweeping, washing, and going to Islamia school.
Particularly working as her mother's aide as they roam streets begging for alms. Though the mother, Hadiza, would have loved to see Mariam actualize her dream, she confesses that with no steady source of income, it is impossible to pay for the education of her 9 children.
It's just that I don't have the means, hence I would have sent her to school.
So as a girl, Mariam must sacrifice her education for her younger brothers. Trying to absorb the hard facts of this unfortunate reality in the story of Mariam, I was dazed by what I saw next.
Mariam Sani, 14 years old, and her stepsister. Unfortunately, both mothers of the 2 sisters are blind. And because of that, their school is on hold.
These girls had to abandon their dreams of becoming educated to chaperone their blind parents. These are 2 out of thousands of such cases. The plague on the path of the girl child to knowledge, especially in northern Nigeria.
The Ministry of Women Affairs shall be focused on the girl child education and mentoring in order to provide the quality of manpower and population of Nigeria. Advocacy is top. We must do a lot of advocacy.
Experts note that though there's an increase of girl child enrollment in Nigeria, more needs to be done to close the gap and end the bias against girl child education.
Involving the girl child up front and making her understand that life is about choices and ensuring that she has a choice to choose what she wants to become. She has a choice to see that society supports her to actualize her dreams, that she can dream as much as the boy child can dream, that she has the right to have the vision that she wants to actualize. Ours is to support her become everything because she is the bedrock of society.
Considering the feat achieved by notable Nigerian women in different fields across the world, getting more girls educated holds much more promise for the nation.
We are confident that as more girls get educated, as more girls become aware, as more girls take a decision for health, make sure they're nourishing their kids because they're more informed that within their environment, that the simple vegetables, for example, the simple crops they have, that if they understand how they need to balance it so that the child is well nutritionally supplied, that it saves not just cost for the household, but even for the community and the nation at large. So it starts from empowering the nations through the girl child. You empower nations, you improve economy of nations through the girl child by simple tasks, simple information, simple dissemination.
Momsa Damien Dati for Deadline 360.
Education is and remains the key to success. In the political circle, it takes much more for women to break even. Lami Ali brings us the story of how women have fared in politics amid challenges of gender bias.
Parliament symbolizes democracy. It is the largest body of representative democracy. Now, women in most countries of the world constitute about 50% of registered voters. Call it an irony. That number is yet to translate into gender balance in the political space. Traditional, cultural, and religious biases have over time been said to be the clog in the wheel of women's vehicle as they journey to reach that playing field of politics for equal participation. Some women, like Khadija Bukar, are changing the narrative coming from the conservative north. She has since 2007 contested and won the Damaturu Gujuba Gulani Tarmua federal constituency seat in the House of Representatives.
We have the support of some of our male folk who are eager to see that our political career is sustained regardless because of the relationship we have with the people from the grassroots, because we have their very interest at heart.
A whole lot of things revolving around governance, structure, economy, politics, family, and all that cannot take place without the participation of the woman.
The federal government of Nigeria can recognize the impact of women on the development of the nation.
The Deputy Chief Whip Nkiru Kaonye is another Amazon from Abia State. After winning twice back-to-back, her former party's plan to cripple her political ambition by denying her the ticket was unsuccessful as she switched party, contested and won. The success story of these women is liking to win in the battle and not the war as the age-long challenges remain.
A lot of things come up against you when you're vying for a political position. Like where I am in the north, culturally, women should be seen, not heard. Religiously, women should be seen, not heard. But it has changed. We have seen Benazir Bhutto do it in Pakistan. It's a predominantly Muslim Islamic country, but she was able to, come to the leadership position. But unfortunately, it was short-lived.
Efforts to replicate the progress achieved in some countries to make room for more women in decision-making through constitution amendments in Nigeria hit a brick wall as the gender-related bills were rejected during voting.
If you do your math and you do your statistics, you will understand that it is these women that come out en masse to vote for you and I. They come out en masse to vote for you and I. You cannot now be seen working against their interests.
It does not hurt. It does not injure. It does not do any harm to the Federal Republic if we bring our women folk up to speed.
Such comments uplift the spirit as they are indicative of victory in the he-for-she approach of the struggle to attain gender balance. Lami Ali for Dateline 360.
Kudos to all women who have proven that girl-child education empowers societies. To every girl child, I say to you, you matter and deserve the very best that life offers, particularly the right to education. Think it, say it, act it. I matter and you do. Let's break the bias at every turn. I am Omotola Omojola. Thanks for being there. God bless you and bless Nigeria.
young lady who is in school and he comes back with a phone that is 250,000.
Who gave you? So for those who are about to get married and those who are newly married, have proper sex education classes where people are told what to do.
There's a very thin line between self-esteem and, getting your end result and people saying things that will now hurt your feelings.
Yeah, technology today has made things quite easy. I went through the depression of anxiety of separation and so on. However, using technologies.
A lot of us forget to carry our menstrual pads along. We are so excited. Ooh. This is something that is so important, but for some reason,
we forget.
Nigeria is Africa's most populous nation, with cultural and media influence throughout the entire continent. But it's facing a conservation crisis. Its wildlife and national parks are highly endangered by poaching and illegal logging. It's the epicenter of the illegal trade in ivory and pangolin scales, with tons of products representing thousands of animals seized in recent times by customs. It has strong demand for illegal bushmeat that endangers animals and risks introduction of zoonotic disease. But Nigeria could be a conservation leader. With Lagos leading the way, Nigeria is updating its wildlife legislation. It's improving its wildlife law enforcement, and it's revolutionizing its public awareness. WildAid and its Nigerian partners are launching the largest ever conservation awareness program in Africa to drastically increase coverage of wildlife issues. Working with government agencies, working with the media, working with prominent Nigerian ambassadors.
Report suspicious activity and wildlife crime.
To promote Nigeria's national parks. To promote wildlife law enforcement. To raise awareness of the dangers of illegal bushmeat. And to promote alternatives. Nigeria can go from crisis to becoming a leader in conservation.
So let's do the right thing.
Tell your families and friends to say no to illegal bushmeat.
Keep them wild.
Keep them wild.
Keep them wild. Keep us safe.
And keep us safe.
This is the network service of the NTA. We now join our outside broadcast crew for a live telecast. Please stay tuned.
Through science, technology, and innovation. Lord, we pray for your blessings upon this nation. We pray for your blessing upon the ministry. We pray for your blessing upon all that have participated in this program. And we ask, as we be living at the end of the program, you will grant all of us journey mercies to our various destinations. Blessed be your holy name, for we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
صلوا على النبي الكريم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد المجيد. May that the Almighty Allah guide and protect us. May the Almighty protect our country, Nigeria. May the perpetrators of evil be guided onto the right path. May we have lasting peace in our country, Nigeria. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Malik Yawmi. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. فاتحة.
Your Excellencies, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Bunaya Ono, the Minister of Health, Dr. Osagie Ehanire, the Minister of the FCT, Malam Mohammed Bello, the Minister of Science and Higher Education, Sierra Leone, Alpha Tijan Wurie, the Minister of State, Science, Technology and Innovation, Barrister Mohammed Abdullahi, Minister of State, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Miriam Katagu, CEOs of the different agencies under the Ministry of Science and Technology, directors at the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, CEOs of various organizations here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On Monday, the 14th of March, we gathered here for the opening ceremony of the 2022 edition of Technology and Innovation Expo. This year's edition, no doubt, witnessed a good number of participants who exhibited various science, technology, and innovation-driven products covering all aspects of scientific and technological innovations and inventions. Yesterday, the Minister of Science and Technology inspected the various stands of exhibitors to acquaint himself with the latest presentations by agencies, private organizations, research institutes, universities of science and technology, and of course, secondary schools. Today, we are back here for the grand finale of the 2022 edition of Technology and Innovation Expo. And so I welcome all of you to this very grand occasion. And we are going to be having certain items that will form the activities for today. And so first of all, we'd like to invite to the podium, without much ado with time, Mr. Idowu Afe, the Overseeing Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, for his opening remarks. We invite the Overseeing Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Mr. Idowu Afe, for his opening remarks. All right, can we appreciate him as he makes it to the podium, please? Mr. Idowu Afe, Overseeing Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation.
Distinguished gentlemen, the Honorable Minister of State, Barrister turned scientist, Barrister Abdullahi, the Honorable Minister of FCT, the Honorable Minister of Health, our distinguished Honorable Minister of Technical and Higher Education from the Republic of Sierra Leone, the ambassadors, the head of government, and all distinguished guests. Thank you very much for coming in today. Today is the 5th day of our Technology Expo, TAG sustaining national economic growth through science, technology, and innovation. This year event has been very exciting and is very rewarding. And it has brought forth great innovation, results, technology products that when commercialized, will propel Nigeria economy to a greater height. And also brought forth industry, machine, and also military equipment that can also strengthen the sovereignty of Nigeria entity. It's a great thing that all these things couldn't have happened if we have not had the support of our President Muhammadu Buhari, DCFR, and the great and visionary leadership of our father, Dr. Bunayonu, and also the great assistant and leadership of the Honorable Minister of State, Barrister Abudulai. It is indeed very important to know that the STI subsector is pushing the Nigeria economy to where Nigeria economy can be sustained using STI. This year is very interesting in the area that the STI policy 2022 was unveiled on Monday and was launched. The STI, when implemented by all the stakeholders, the nationals and the subnationals, we hope that this by itself will drive Nigeria economic to a sustainable platform where we don't have to import anything in Nigeria. We are going to turn from importing nation to exporting nation. And then our naira also will be strengthened. This also will add to the agenda of the government of employing 100 million Nigeria and taking 100 million Nigeria out of poverty. It is indeed great for me today as overseeing permanent secretary to be part of this event. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you. The overseeing permanent secretary, Minister of Science, Technology, and Innovation. All right, and we are here with the Minister of Health, and it's very interesting that he's here today because there's nothing we can do in the health sector without science, technology, and innovation. As a matter of fact, all aspects of health delivery rely on science and technology for perfection. And in that case, we are glad to celebrate the Minister of Health who is here with us today. And at this juncture, I'd like to invite him to the podium for a goodwill message. The Minister of Health, Dr. Osagie Ehanire, please, we ask you to come to the podium and share your thoughts on issues concerning science and technology and how they relate to health matters. As a matter of fact, during the COVID-19 pandemic, at the peak of it, you relied solely on science and technology to save Nigerians from that scourge. And at this point, we're glad to have you here today. Thank you and welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for the invitation to say a few words. The relationship between health, science, and technology is clear, simply because most of health is science, research, and in good measure, technology and innovation. Just a few minutes ago, I was speaking with the Honorable Minister of Science, Technology, and Innovation to intimate him of our upcoming invitation for him to be a member of our interministerial committee on new vaccine production. Certainly because there's a huge research and innovation component that is in there. Moreover, the Ministry of Health in revamping the entire ministry from foundation on. Is contemplating expansion of primary healthcare network. And in doing that, there are parts of the concept that require construction. And I was just asking about the capacity of the Building Research Institute to support us in that way. The capacity to use locally available material on the spot to build or repair aspects of that network that we are trying to set up, not only for the structures themselves, but the perimeter fencing that we intend to be part of the standard primary healthcare center. In addition, the plan to bring in solar power to power all primary healthcare centers, particularly in the rural areas where there is no grid connection, and also the access to water supply. These are areas where the knowledge and experience of science and technology will be grounded. Now, with the emphasis on mRNA vaccines coming up and the capacity of that mRNA vaccine to be used for a large number of antigens, the research component there will be with the participation of the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation. So there are many broad areas, from civil construction with new materials. And he was just also telling me, I'm talking about the Honorable Minister of Science, Technology, and Innovation, of a new research into roofing materials that they are making, which will be using also indigenous, locally available material. All this one speaks to His Excellency, the President's emphasis on two things. One, self-sufficiency as much as possible. Secondly, interministerial collaboration and cooperation. So we are taking all that forward to bring together the relative advantages and comparative strengths of all ministries to try and solve our problems, create employment at the same time, and also make progress on getting to the mandates that all ministries have. We want to call for the cooperation of all and sundry in getting to these objectives. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, the Honorable Minister of Health. Please, can we appreciate him one more time? Let's appreciate him one more time and celebrate his presence here. He has indeed acknowledged the fact that the health sector cannot thrive without the application of science, technology, and innovation. As a matter of fact, over 90% of the health sector
This vaccine is safe and it has been certified safe and usable by NAFTA.
You're welcome.
the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Ogbanaya Onu, the Minister of State, Mohammed Abdullah, the Ministers of Health and Sports, the Permanent Secretary, Directors in the Science and Technology and Innovation Ministry. Let me first of all express my sincere thanks and appreciation to the President and the people of Nigeria for inviting me to this Science, Technology and Innovation Expo. There are some relativities. Dr. Ono is a chemical engineer, and I happen to be an industrial chemist. Dr. Ono spent some years as a university lecturer, and I did the same from 1983 to 1996. I have been exposed to governance for many years. Under the Alhaji Ahmad Tijan Kaba period of governance, I spent 11 years as Minister of Education, Minister of Education, Youth and Sports, and Minister of Education, Science and Technology from the period 1996 to 2007. 1996 was a difficult period. We were just emerging from a civil war, and each and every one of you would remember the role of ECOMOG in bringing back peace to Sierra Leone. In other words, you will remember that lives of Nigerians were sacrificed for peace to be returned to our people in Sierra Leone. Let me, on behalf of My Excellency, Brigadier Retired Julius Maada Bio, continue to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to the people of Nigeria for bringing back peace to Sierra Leone. You know, this is my third visit to Nigeria. My first was way back in the 90s. I think you had a Professor Essen, an atomic physicist, as the Minister of Science and Technology then. And we deliberated during those times about atomic energies, nuclear physics. Yesterday, when going through the stands, more so the space stand, when we were looking at solid modes of propelling the rocket, and when we are looking at gas interactions of propelling rockets, I thought of myself years back as a PhD student, 1981-82, when working with hydrogen, oxygen as a means of creating combustions. Those were papers that were published in NASA those many years ago. My second visit here was very different indeed. I was asked to serve as Minister of Finance. I was never the Minister of Finance, with no background in economics or accounting. But I was asked to serve as Minister of Finance in an education finance conference here. The contributions I made, I do not know what value it meant, but I was plummeted to the high table where I sat with eminent people, as His Excellency the President of Nigeria, His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, the Prime Minister of UK then, Gordon Brown, and the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Keberuke. That was the first time, I think, an industrial chemist was at the platform for ministers of finance to be able to talk about how you can relate finance and education financing. Today is I Am at Home. This is indeed with the theme Sustainable National Economic Growth through Science, Technology, and Innovation. And I think of the three visits, this has turned out to be the most productive. In Africa, we already know about science and technology. However, the applications may not be as visible. This is because that science and technological applications have not always found their way into public and private sectors. In many ways, it has been ad hoc. In many ways, there have not been clear policies and strategic plans that are required in Africa. But yesterday, I recognized that Nigeria is again leading the way. I noticed you have the Federal Institute of Industrial Research. There is a National Biotechnology Development Agency. There is a National or Nigerian Natural Medicine Development Agency. And you have research agencies in the military, naval, Air Force, etc. This clearly indicates that when there is a structured intervention, then technological innovations can lead to major social transformations. But I would like to profile some areas that all of us within Africa should be in a position to look at. One is national identification numbers. You know, a good start for every citizen would be when indeed you can be identified digitally. Our civil registration authorities have to do a lot of work to ensure that governments and businesses can be identified digitally. This will reduce corruption. It would also be able to link entities and assets, be it vehicles, lands, businesses, houses, to individuals and businesses as well. Another major transformation which we have started is cash transactions. Here we are talking about digital mobile monies in replacement of physical cash. These advancements in financial technology infrastructure, again, we hope will bring in security and will bring solace to transactions of our citizens. Another area to look at is governance. Governance. We know in our countries, whenever there is a period of elections, there is turmoil. In some countries, there is war as well. When voter registrations are done digitally, then there is every hope that we can also vote digitally, and that would reduce the periods of conflict. I would now look at science and technology in ministries and start off with the Ministry of Health. You know, after my initial 11 years in governance, I had 10 years of break. And I would say in my second coming, I was called again in 2018, and this time as Minister of Health. And I recognize when Dr. Osoji Oyinere was talking, that there are similarities indeed. The primary health care, the use of solar technology is critical and vital. The use of social is critical and vital. Studies of microbial resistance, studies of creation of vaccines are also useful. I will round up by saying that it is the young, the mind, how we train them, how we develop them, that would make a lot of difference in science and technology. Our university lecturers will now have to modify and recognize that the young requires participatory form of interaction rather than rote type of learning. We should also consider that we are now dealing with young people in which we should not only develop the cognitive skills, but also the creative skills, solving problem skills, and communication skills. I believe Nigeria would lead the way in Africa, and I believe the collaboration and the linkages to Sierra Leone would be for all to see. You have demonstrated linkage in food technology yesterday, linkages in how you purify your water systems, linkages science and technology in space, science and technology in the military, all of which we think we can collaborate and learn from. On behalf of His Excellency the President, Brigadier Retired Julius Maada Bio, let me thank you very much for inviting me to this podium. Thank you indeed.
All right, thank you once again, Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Sierra Leone, Mr. Alpha Tijan Wurie. We thank you. We've noted all your points, and of course, the collaboration continues. as a matter of fact. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to appreciate those who have actually distinguished themselves in this year's exhibition of scientific and technological resources. And we're going to a presentation of assessment and award subcommittee report. And I'd like to bring in my colleague here, Mr. Emma Okoro.
Thank you. Please, we want to inform you that we are now going to receive the presentation and assessment award committee report. The Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation is interested in this report because it gives us an empirical assessment of what we've done over the years. Can I now invite Dr. Manasseh Gwaza to please come forward and present his brief report. Assessment and Award Subcommittee. Dr. Manasseh Gwaza to please come forward. Dr. Asagi Ohanire has made accomplishments in the medical field. It's all scientific. And I want to thank him. Every year when we call him, he comes here and tells us what Nigerians have done. I followed him with attention. We thank you, sir, for applying science and technology in health matters. Dr. Manasseh Gwaza is now coming to present his report. Dr. Gwaza, thank you. Put your hands together for him, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. The Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation, other ministers present, ladies and gentlemen. This is the report of the assessment committee of this Technology and Innovation Expo 2022. A committee was set up by the ministry to plan the exhibition, and the committee established some criteria for the assessments of these exhibitions. And we classify the exhibitors into 5 groups. We have research institutes category. We have tertiary educational institution category. We have technology entrepreneurs category. We have junior engineers, technologies, and scientists category. And we have states representing different states. These winners are recommended for award by the ministry. And the committee has done its work, gone through all the exhibitions, and came out with the report. So I hereby present the report, the summary of the report, for consideration by the minister and awards of for the winners. The first category is the junior scientists, engineers, and technology category. You have the third place winner is FCT SEP Government Secondary School, Gwagwalada, Abuja. They have a project called Multipurpose Automatic Sprinkler. They win the third prize. The second position goes to Government Science and Technical College, Garki, Abuja. They have a project of production of reusable sanitary pads from waste banana trunk. Then the first prize goes to Red Star International School, Jalingo in Taraba State. They have Stomalin approach. It's anti-malaria product for anti-malaria product. They have won first prize. We told them. We told them.
Please, as Dr. Manasseh announces the names of the winners, we expect you to come to the podium for the whole world to see you performance. All the names have been announced. Please come to the podium here so we can see you and the whole world will also see you. Continue.
Thank you very much. The second category is technology entrepreneurs. The first category was junior scientists, engineers, and technologists. So this is the second category. It's called technology entrepreneurs. The third prize is success Ikponwosa. The one goes to the man called Success Ikponwosa. He developed blockchain-based e-procurement technology. You know, we're in the area of procurement, and technology should be used for procurement. So he has produced a technology solution for procurement. It's number 3. The second goes to Asma Bejum Miriza from Kaduna. He has a product called basmati rice. Basmati rice. It's first prize, second prize. The first prize of this category goes to Habmid Jab Ventures Limited. Binta Fatima Ibrahim, TRC Kaduna. He produced baobab oil, to give her first prize. So we now go to the third categories, which are research institutions category. The research institutions are comprises of research institutions from Federal Ministry of Science and Technology and Innovation and other ministries. The third prize goes to Nigerian Air Force Research and Development Center. Nigerian Air Force Research and Development Center. They have produced rocket launchers. A product called rocket launchers, which they can use to launch the rocket. The second prize goes to there are 2 second prizes. They tied 2 agencies. The first one is National Institute for Chemical Technology, Kaduna. They are second also. They produce healthcare products, reactor automated products for the production of fertilizer for dolomite. They produce fertilizer from dolomite. Dolomite is the metal, and they use to produce fertilizer. The second prize also goes to Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute. They have removable one-story building using interlocking blocks. So 2 of them are tied on the second prize. The first prize of this category goes to Raw Materials Research and Development Council, Abuja. They have a pilot plant for the production of hydrogen line. It's an automotive pilot plant for the production of hydrogen line. So that gives them the winner for the first prize. Now let's go to the states category. You know, we have 36 states and FCT. So those who come from the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation from these states are in this category. You have number 3, that's the third prize, is Gombe State Ministry of Science and Technology. Gombe State Ministry of Science and Technology, they have water stove. Water stove, third prize. The second prize goes to Edo State Ministry of Science, Tech and Technology. Edo State Minister of Science and Technology. They have lightweight utility truck. The second prize. The first prize of this category goes to Imo State Ministry of Science and Technology. Imo State Ministry of Science and Technology. They produce solar inverter for the first prize. Then we go to the last category now, which is the tertiary educational institutions, universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. The third prize goes to University of Jos. University of Jos. They produce Acumity. It's an anti-immune booster, which gives them the third prize. The second prize goes to Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Oyo State. Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Oyo State. They produce smart fishery system. Smart fishery system. We give them the second prize. The second, first prize go to Michael Okpala University of Agriculture in Modike. They produce antiviral, anti-tumor, anti-ogival efficacy of drug synthetic aluminum magnesium. Thank you. So these are the winners of the Expo 2022. We leave this one. The committee makes just one recommendation, that we recommend that all these winners should be supported by the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, so that they will be able to commercialize some of these products. Because most of them, if not all, have patents, which they use it to commercialize this product. Thank you for listening.
Can we appreciate Dr. Manasseh Gwaza once more, please? They took time to inspect all the exhibitions, and they were able to come up with the results that he just presented. And so, at this point, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, can we now invite the Minister of Science, Technology, and Innovation, and indeed other ministers there, to come to the podium for a presentation of the prizes. We're including our friend from Sierra Leone, Alpha Tijan Wurie. Also, we're expecting him to be here with the other ministers as we make the presentation to the different categories of exhibitors who came tops in the 2022 edition of Science, Technology, and Innovation Expo. All right, we are starting with the JETS category. That's a JETS category. That's talking about the junior engineers. And please, cameraman, get yourself properly organized, please. Get yourselves properly organized, please. The third position went to FCT SEB Government Secondary School, Gwagwalada, FCT Abuja. FCT SEB Government Secondary School, Gwagwalada, FCT Abuja. Their project is a multi-purpose automatic sprinkler. Multi-purpose automatic sprinkler by the FCT Secondary School, Gwagwalada, Abuja. All right, the second position. The second position went to the Government Science and Technical College, Gariki, Abuja. Government Science and Technical College, Gariki, Abuja. The first prize. The first prize on Jets category went to Red Stars International School, Ronde Jalingo, Taraba State.
They say you should take them now.
The first Jets category, Red Stars International School, Ronde Jalingo, Taraba State. All right, the next category, Technology Entrepreneurs category. The third position went to Success Ibowosa. Success Ibowosa. Success Ibowosa made a blockchain-based procurement technology, e-procurement technology. Third position, Success Ibowosa. The second position went to TIC Kaduna Asma Begum Meza. Asma Begum Meza. She made basmati rice. The first position on Technology Entrepreneurs category went to Haj Nabi Ventures Limited, Binta Fatma Ibrahim, TIC Kaduna. Barboiled oil, Boabad oil. That's the first position for the Technology Entrepreneurs category. Now to the Research Institutes category. The third position went to Nigerian Air Force Research and Development Center. Nigerian Air Force Research and Development Center for the third position on Research Institutions category. The second position went to two institutes. The Nigerian Air Force Research Development Center, third category. We have two institutes that took second position here. We have Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, NIBRI, and National Research Institute for Chemical Technology, Zaria. The two of them came second in this category. The two came second in this category. Now, two institutes came second. I hope theirs have been presented. Now, the first position went to Raw Materials Research and Development Council. They did pilot plant for production of hydrated lime, quick lime, if you like. That's Raw Materials Research. The next category is that of the States Ministries of Science and Technology. States. The third position went to Gombe State Ministry of Science and Technology. That's the materials. Now the states category now. Gombe State Ministry of Science and Technology. They came third in this category. Gombe State Ministry of Science and Technology. Then the second position went to Edo State Ministry of Science and Technology. Second position to Edo State Ministry of Science and Technology. The first position went to Imo State Ministry of Science and Technology. Imo State Ministry of Science and Technology, they did a solar inverter. The last category for this year is the Tertiary Educational Institutions category. Tertiary Educational Institutions category. The third position went to University of Jos. The third position went to University of Jos. University of Jos took third position in this category. The second position went to Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomosho, Oyo State. Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomosho. The first position in this category went to Michael Okpara University of Agriculture. Michael Okpara University of Agriculture. That it took the first position in the tertiary educational institutions category. Now, for us to take a group photograph, and all the winners, we want one representative from the winners, one representative from each of the winning schools or institutions for the photograph, please. One representative from each of the winning institutions to take a group photograph for the Honorable Minister and other ministers. I will respectfully ask the other ministers to return to their seats, while we respectfully invite the Minister of Science, Technology, and Innovation to address this audience.
They are running out. Yes.
Members of the Federal Executive Council, our visiting Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Republic of Sierra Leone, Permanent Secretaries, Directors Generals, management and staff of the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, researchers, inventors, innovators, entrepreneurs, investors, our students, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, most distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 5th and last day in the week-long 2022 Science, Technology, and Innovation Expo, which started on Monday, March 14th, 2022. On behalf of the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, I especially thank President Muhammadu Buhari for serving as a special guest of honor while being represented by the Minister of Science, Technology, and Innovation during that opening ceremony. Mr. President declared open the expo, launched the 2022 revised National Science, Technology, and Innovation Policy, granted scholarship awards to the best 3 students in the sciences in a nationwide competition to study up to the Doctor of Philosophy degree level in any science discipline in any Nigerian university of their choice. and commissioned the Science, Technology, and Innovation Television. During the course of this expo, there has been very rewarding interactions between researchers, inventors, innovators, entrepreneurs, and investors. We are confident that so many new businesses leading to job and wealth creation will spring up in different parts of the country out of these interactions. Just yesterday, the visiting Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Republic of Sierra Leone, joined the Minister of State and myself to move around many of the various pavilions. We saw the creativity of Nigerians. What we saw showed us that there was innovation and value addition in our farms, factories, homes, schools, hospitals, within our military, offices, laboratories, among the old and young, male and female, spread all through the different geopolitical zones and states of our dear nation. We were impressed with the level of inventions and innovations taking place in our research institutes, universities, polytechnics, industrial laboratories, and within the informal sector. We were particularly happy with the work that our secondary school students are doing in the area of innovation. The young scientists are indeed very impressive. Our future as a nation is indeed very bright, with such a large number of talented Nigerians. On behalf of the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, I commend all of them for the achievements made so far. Good things are happening in our dear nation. Nigeria is on the move. Our team of experts, carefully selected among the very best that we have in the country, who in the past 1 week moved from one booth to another, from one pavilion to another, have assessed the creativity of both the exhibitors and participants in the 2022 Expo. I would like to use this opportunity to congratulate all those who have received awards in recognition of their excellent performance. All those who may not have received any award this year should not lose hope. Rather, they should continue to work hard because there are still many opportunities available in the future. This particular expo is the 6th one held annually, year after year, in the past 6 years. This has provided the opportunities to showcase the potentials of the critical stakeholders within the science, technology, and innovation ecosystem. This provides an opportunity to put on display research and development breakthroughs and findings awaiting commercialization and subsequent utilization for industrial and services application. Many businesses were established as a result of past expos, most of which were held here in this venue. About 6 years ago, on November 11, 2015, when I became minister, the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation had one major policy, the National Science, Technology, and Innovation Policy. The policy was not fully implemented because the lead organ, the National Research and Innovation Council, which has the President of Nigeria as chairman, never met even once. It took the intervention of President Muhammadu Buhari in his first term in office for the National Research and Innovation Council to meet on January 7, 2016, for the first time in 30 years. Since then, the National Research and Innovation Council met 9 times. That policy was revised this year, 2022. In the past 6 years, many new policies in the ministry were approved by the Federal Executive Council. They include the National Science, Technology, and Innovation Roadmap 2017 to 2030, National Strategy for Competitiveness in Raw Materials and Product Development, the Presidential Executive Order number 5, the Methanol Fuel Technology, leather and leather products. These policies, which are different levels of implementation, have been very helpful in moving our economy from depending entirely on commodities to depend on knowledge that is innovation-driven. Also, over the past 6 years, we have made significant breakthrough in providing remedy to major diseases in the form of drugs and medicine derived from indigenous natural ingredients. We all know that it takes time to develop new drugs that are acceptable internationally. However, we have made a lot of progress in the development of new drugs as there are different levels of certification, including clinical trials. The diseases that are of concern to us include prostate cancer, breast cancer, sickle cell anemia, Lassa fever, and epilepsy, to mention just a few. I am convinced that based on the work we have done so far, I am confident that in the near future, sick people from different countries of the world will come to Nigeria to obtain medical treatment. Also, a breakthrough was made to produce high-grade pharmaceutical starch from wild yam grown in our forests. The aim of this research is to replace sourcing such starch from food items like cassava, maize, yam, millet, or guinea corn. In the area of agriculture and food security, our efforts are highly commendable, particularly in the provision of improved variety of seedlings characterized by very high yield per hectare, disease and drought resistance. Our breakthrough in cotton cultivation, among several others, is remarkable. This paves the way for the eventual resuscitation of the textile industry, which has the potential for employment generation and savings from import reduction. Also, we have recorded tremendous success in value addition. Through our research and innovation, we are working hard to provide food security as well as agro raw materials for our industries, which for a long time was dependent on imports. Nigeria has become a home of startups. Using one of our agencies, the National Board for Technology Incubation, which has branches in all the states of the Federation. Technologies developed locally are transferred to many of our entrepreneurs. Micro, small, and medium enterprises are springing up in many parts of the country. The rate would have been faster and the volume far more than what it is if we had a well-structured venture capital system. However, commendable progress has been recorded as small-scale enterprises have grown to medium and large-scale businesses. This is good for job creation, poverty eradication, wealth generation, and rapid industrialization of the nation. Emerging new frontiers of our research and innovation breakthroughs would make many of us proud, particularly in space technology, information and communication technology, software and hardware development, security and defense. Our agencies have made significant breakthroughs in monitoring our skies, as well as critical infrastructure ranging from roads, bridges, airports, and seaports. We now have the potential to monitor the integrity of our bridges as well as the foundation of our roads. We continue to contribute in so many ways to help secure the nation. We have made tremendous efforts to engage the youth and encourage them to be involved and develop interest in the sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We embarked on gender-sensitive programs to make science, technology, and innovation inclusive so as to improve the participation of girls and women in scientific research and innovation activities. The ministry extended its engagement with the organized private sector, especially the entrepreneurs who are risk bearers in the science, technology, and innovation ecosystem. As off-takers of scientific research and development breakthroughs, indeed, my recent successful breakfast meeting with entrepreneurs in Lagos has facilitated the organized private sector investment in indigenous made in Nigeria products. Our vision is to make Nigeria improve her global competitiveness ranking among the committee of powerful and high-income nations. This is to be achieved by using the enormous power of science, technology, and innovation. Since the implementation of both the National Strategy for Competitiveness in Raw Materials and Product Development and the Presidential Executive Order Number 5, Nigeria has made profound achievements in the overall global competitiveness ranking as recorded by the World Economic Forum. Nigeria's global competitiveness ranking has considerably improved from the position of 124 out of 140 countries by 2015-2016 to a position of 115 out of 140 by 2018-2019. I am optimistic that the next report will also be encouraging. It is important to state that our desire has been for our nation to imbibe the culture of conformance to standardization. This has helped us to build a robust national quality infrastructure through the application of science, technology, and innovation for production and services to attain global standards. The opportunity presented by the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement demands that our dear country prepares for international trade in capital goods and services. The Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation had to collaborate with regulatory establishments and the organized private sector to guarantee high quality. This will help us reduce rejection of made in Nigeria products, as well as meet local industries and businesses' specifications and requirements. These changes brought huge benefits to the nation. I am happy to inform you that from 2017 to 2020, impressive huge sums of savings from import reduction has been recorded. Based on the United Nations Harmonized System Code, the National Bureau of Statistics data shows value of savings from import reduction of 613.6 billion in 2017, 412.8 billion in 2018, 2.3 trillion in 2019, and 1.71 trillion in 2020. We have a cumulative savings from import reduction of 5.03 trillion naira for the period 2017 to 2020. In the past 6 years, many reforms have taken place in an effort to rebrand the ministry. Major strategic initiatives were adopted to reposition and strengthen the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation for better service delivery. This is to help us address issues of institutional gaps, constraint factors, and emerging issues. We now have a new vision and mission statement. We have a new logo. We have new core values and critical success factors to help us prepare the ministry to meet both the challenges and the needs of today and tomorrow, particularly in an ever-changing world. Our vision is to be the foremost national science, technology, and innovation establishment in Africa, comparable with the best in the world. It is clear that we want our dear country to become a leading technology player in the world. Also, for the past 6 years, we worked hard to find how research and innovation can be funded from extra budgetary means, as it is done in many of the high-income countries of the world. We thank President Muhammadu Buhari for allocating 0.5% of our gross domestic product to funding research and innovation in the country. I am extremely happy that with this presidential approval, in the near future, our dear nation will have an extra budgetary means to fund research and innovation in the country. We have made tremendous efforts to bring to the attention of our fellow citizens the relevance and importance of science, technology, and innovation to nation building. We visited primary schools, secondary schools, universities, polytechnics, traditional rulers, religious leaders, business leaders, community leaders in all the states of the Federation in our advocacy for science, technology, and innovation. The Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, a few days ago, commissioned the Science, Technology, and Innovation Television to help in this advocacy. We are convinced that with time, the Science, Technology, and Innovation Television will bring science, technology, and innovation to every Nigerian home, such that all Nigerians will see science, technology, and innovation as a way of life. This will help us to reposition our dear country as a major leader in the world. I want to use this opportunity to inform stakeholders within the science, technology, and innovation ecosystem, especially universities, polytechnics, regulatory establishments, of the new window of opportunity in funding research and development projects. The Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation is in a collaborative partnership program, Horizon Europe for Nigeria, the New Africa Initiative. This is a new European Union framework program for research and innovation running from 2021 to 2027. This program, when fully implemented, will support research and innovation in all institutions in Nigeria, both public and private. It will involve the participation of Nigerian scientists in the diaspora, working with those at home, in addition to European scientists and institutions. In the past, this week-long Science, Technology, and Innovation Expo has proved to be very useful in the economic development of our dear nation. It is clear from what we have seen that the 2022 Expo has done great things for our dear nation. It is with happiness that I now declare the 2022 Science, Technology, and Innovation Expo closed. We again thank Mr. President for all the support that he has given to the Science, Technology, and Innovation family. I wish, on behalf of the Honorable Minister of State, the management and staff of the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, all of you, safe journey as you travel to your various destinations. Nigeria is making progress. Things are happening in our dear nation. Our future is indeed very bright. I thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Please put your hands together for the other minister. We are making progress.
After this.
Thank you. We have come to the end of this exposure. We're about to come join others to see for yourselves the exhibitions and the stands. The Honorable Minister, you've done well, sir. You're taking the Nigeria to better heights. And you're going to, the Honorable Minister is going to the STI TV for recording. It's the only ministry that has established a platform for media exposure. The Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation, Dr. Bono, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, our great friend, Musa Bello, Dr. Asagie Ihinare, you've done well in the health fields. You did well in Europe, and you are doing well here. A large entourage is following the minister now to the STI TV. Dr. Ihinare, we thank you.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Hello and welcome. It's time for another interesting package of
Everything Music.
Angelina, they cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver.
This is Talkie Movies.
In times of old, the world was full of wonder.
No.
Welcoming you to your weekend for today.
Right, so come patrol. It's time to use our voice.
Beyond Six Packs.
Bills.
Pay the bills. Keep it up on bill. Pay my bills. Yeah.
Welcome to Gallery.
Me and my paddies.
London for what?
London for medicine.
Medicine for what?
Medicine for coffee.
Are you sickness?
To our illness. Welcome to Gist Zone.
All right, my name is the Eselusien Wego One. Ona nyokoko nyonyo.
People always try to protect themselves from danger. When one sees a car coming towards his or her direction in speed, one runs away from such danger in order to be safe. Safety is the responsibility of every person. At home, safety precaution is key, as most fire incidents are caused by careless usage of home appliances like electric cookers, pressing irons, gas cookers, to mention just a few. There are various means of cooking like using stove, electric cookers, firewoods, charcoal, and gas cookers.
I use stove for cooking. The challenges I have, I don't know for other people, is kerosene. But when you use it wisely, you will enjoy the stove, just like other people enjoy using gas.
I love using gas because it's faster. So and since ever I've started using it, I've not encountered any trouble.